welcome to part 1 of the VW T1 Transport panel van build-up. This is one of the first vans that I will be doing. There are a couple of other variations of the T1 that I will do. As a few of you know, I've got back into my cars again. I'm just currently still waiting on the 350 refit to come through from Polar Lights, following the issues that I've had with the kit. Unfortunately, that's going to be about another 2 or 3 weeks. So whilst I'm waiting for that, I thought I might as well break this kit out and start this one. I've got a few aftermarket bits and pieces coming in for this kit as well. So I can't show you those at the moment, but as soon as they do arrive, I'll let you know about those. But this particular kit, it's a 1/24 scale. It's by Revell. It's 18 centimeters in length, and it's also according to the hologram sticker on there. I'm not sure whether you're actually going to see that or not, but it does say on there that it is officially licensed by Volkswagen. So that's kind of cool. On the back of the box, it just gives you a show of some of the other vehicles that you can buy from Volkswagen. On that side, you just get a picture of the wagon, and then again on that side, and then on this side you just get some details of what the van looks like when it's painted. Now, I'm not going to be doing this colour scheme. I'm going to be doing my own one, and I'm also going to be following the general curves of the body on this to actually do the colours. And I won't be using the decals on this one. I will be coming up with my own decals, as I'm going to make this a fairly unique build. So let's take a look at the kit inside. Now again, as most of you know, I don't really know a lot about cars or trucks, so I don't really pretend to know what's what. But here are the decals that come with the kit. Now we have got all the registration plates down there, which I won't be using. There are a few decals that I can use for the inside or around various places, but on the whole, these decals won't be used, because as I say, I'll be making my own ones. Now the other thing is that come with this van, and I'm not sure why it come with it, to be quite honest, but there it is. We got a very thin strip of plastic that come with the kit for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I haven't had a chance to look at the instructions for the kit at the moment, so it'd be interesting to find out what that's all about. Let me just get that protected again. I'm not sure whether it's for windows or anything, but I mean, we've already got windows here. Now, all of these windows that are in here, you also get in the T1 Samba, which is the bus. You've got all the windows down the sides there for the windows on the roof, and then you've got the quarter panel windows there, and then the windows that go in the side of the vehicle, and a few other bits and pieces. The only ones on here that I can most probably see me using are the side windows for the doors, and the rear window if it's got one. I'm not sure whether this does actually have a rear window. I think it does. But in here we've got, again, a whole bunch of seats, which we technically shouldn't have, because this is just a panel van, so we've only got the seats in the front of the vehicle. So there's quite a few seats in there, which is quite cool. I mean, that does mean that we will be able to use these seats somewhere else. We've also got some chrome parts here. We've got the big VW sign, and then we've also got the headlamp holders there, and then we've got the little VW hubcaps in there. Now again, I won't be using those. I've got some aftermarket wheels coming in for this kit, but we've also got the chrome parts for the tail lights there as well, and I do believe there's some mirrors on there, door handles, windscreen wipers, etc. So that's quite cool. These are the tyres that do come with the van, and you do get 5 of them, but again, I won't be using those. And in here we've got a whole load of bumpers, parts of the wheels again, which I won't be using. You've also got the engine in there, and little bits of suspension and whatnot in that one, so that's quite cool. And then in this one we've got the main body of the van itself. Now this does come in several parts. I was actually hoping that this might come in one piece, but unfortunately it hasn't. It's come in several pieces, as it always does. But the finish on this kit doesn't actually look too bad as it is, to be fair. We've got, I can hardly see any flash on this, to be honest. Let me just see if I can get into this bag here and actually have a look at the main body of this. The good thing about this, I suppose, is because we've got so many different parts on here for 2 different types of van, we get lots of spare parts that we won't need, so they can always go in the box for later on. But yeah, that's the inside of the panel van there, and that's the outside of the panel van. I've got some, well, I'm working on some decals to go on these parts here, around the sides, and that is also the other side of the van. We've got a set of doors that go in that part there, and then these are the doors and the front, and that's also the boot for the engine. And then we've also got that part there as well, which is part of the front. Again, I'm hardly seeing any flash on these at all, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to be doing a two-tone on this, and I will be using the front of this part here that goes down as the reference point to stop that. And then we've got the other side. Well, sorry, this is the bottom of it. So that's basically the inside of the cargo bed there. And then I'm not sure what this part here is. I don't know where that goes. I do believe it looks as though a spare wheel goes in there. These are the 2 bumpers that I will be needing for the kit. I think I might be filling in those holes though, because I'm only going to have 1 registration plate on the back of this. I'm going to try and design this on sort of an American registration plate, because we've only got the 1 dashboard in this, so I can only do it left-hand drive. So I'm thinking of going for just a sort of like Californian build on this, really, sort of thing. But it's not looking too bad actually. As I say, I can hardly see any flash on this kit at all. So I'm quite happy with the way that this looks. See if we can get into this back here, and then we can just see if we can have a look at some of the other parts. Is there a way in, or are we going to need to break the bag open? I think we're going to need to break the bag open on this one. Oh no, we found a place. This little hole just at the top there, rescued at the 11th hour. So let's just get in. Okay, so as you can see there, we have actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of bumper there. So I might actually use a set of these bumpers. Could be these plainer bumpers that I use, I'm not sure. But I'll see I'll see what happens. I'm not really sure at the moment as to what way I'll go on that one. But we've got all sorts of nice little details on here. I'm not sure whether you're going to see those at all. I do believe that these little details are for bumpers. We've got the wheels there, which we won't be using. We've also got the two-spoke steering wheel there. And I do believe that's part of the front suspension. And then we have got just other little bits and pieces that go on there. I believe that they're meant to be the wing mirrors. But you know, I'm looking at this and I can't see any flash whatsoever at all on this. These kits are pretty much well perfect. Very little work is going to need to go into doing these, apart from a little bit of a sanding down. The dashboard itself, by the looks of it, comes in two pieces, there and there. We've got the one part of the engine there, and then we've also got some other parts of the engine in there as well. And I believe that that's part of the rear chassis as well. And we've got part of the engine there. There's a little bit of flash on the edges of that, but nothing serious actually, to be quite honest. This kit is in absolutely perfect nick. It looks absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look in the other bag. This looks as though it is the actual chassis itself, and the seats. So yeah, that's the underside of the chassis there. So there's not much going on there. There's quite a lot of detail though, to be quite honest. And I would imagine, being a Revell kit, this should actually fit together fairly well, but we'll soon see. I don't want to eat my words on that one. But all of the parts really do look as though they're good quality. Even the seats on this, they are textured, so I guess that's to try and represent the feel of cloth. And then the same with these as well. They've actually got little indentations on them as well, which is absolutely great. And then we've got this bit here that's meant to go into the roof lining of the van at the front. I do believe that this is the front firewall. And then we've just got the, I'm not sure what that bit is actually. That could be the back part of the cabin. I'm not sure. And I do believe that they're meant to be the registration plates. We've got the gear lever there and also the handbrake. They're quite long, but they do look quite cool. So yeah, I mean, that's quite a few parts on there. I'm not going to bother getting the plastic parts out. Sorry, the clear glass parts out. I don't want those getting scratched. And as I say, most of those I'm gonna I won't be using anyway, so I'll just keep those as they are. So we've got the chrome parts here, and they do look a bit they do actually look a little bit too chromy when you get them out of the bag. They don't, I mean, the chrome on them is absolutely fantastic, don't get me wrong. The quality of the chrome on that is absolutely fantastic, but they look a little bit too sharp really for a model of that scale. Now I have got some Alclad paints coming in, specifically the Alclad chrome. So I am going to be using that. So these parts, well, apart from the parts for the lights, everything else on there, apart from the hookups as well, actually I'll keep those as they are, because I'm not going to use those anyway, so I'll just take those off the sprue. But everything else that's on there, apart as I say, apart from the light fittings, everything else is just going to be dipped in some Mr. Muscles to dechrome it, and then I use the Alclad chrome on those, just to bring those down to the correct kind of level of chrome that we need for a model of this scale. See if I can, well, I'm struggling to get that back in, so I'll leave that for the minute. But here are the instructions for it. Now these are a typical affair really for Revell. Sorry, excuse me, let me just get those out of the way a second and we can repoint the camera. Whoop, that's it. So these are basically a typical affair for Revell. You know, they're pretty straightforward and they're well organised, and it just gives you the usual sort of thing going on there. And again, we've got all of the usual placements on there. So it does tell us down there that we got F, that strip, and as I say, I'm just not really sure what F is. I just have to go through and see if I can find out where F goes, if we can see it as a quick glance. But you can see there the basic design of the transport there. It just basically takes you through step by step of what you need to do and how to do it. So it's looking quite good, and it just goes, yeah, so we've got by the looks of it, the wheels are movable. But yeah, I mean, this is actually looking quite good. And I can't see where F would go in there anywhere. To be quite honest, I'm just having a quick look there and I can't see where it would go. But yeah, I mean, it gives you all the colouring and decal placement as well. I mean, as I say, I'm not going to be using the decals on this one. I'm doing this differently. And then we just got half a blank page on that side, and then a full blank page on that side. But yeah, so these instructions are quite extensive. Now, if I can get, I forgot the piece of paper. There it is. This is my idea of decals, and I'm going to kind of do it as a business van kind of idea. That's not a real telephone number on there, but that's what I'm thinking of doing. I've got the decal paper on the way for this, and that is just the T1 Samba bus, which is one of the models that I will be building in the future. So that's going to be about it for the moment. As soon as I get the other stuff in, I will sort of film that so you can see what that is. So I will come back to you in the next video, where hopefully I will have some progress made to this, and I'll be able to show you all of the other parts when they've come in. Until then, thanks for watching, and please do take care.